Hi, I'm Laura with Sheehan Natural Health Improvement Center, and I'm a clinical nutritionist and massage therapist. The reason that I chose this path in life is because I wanted to help people feel better naturally without the use of potentially harmful therapies. And I just want to take a moment to tell you a little bit about myself and how I found this path in life. So when I was in my teens, I was always very interested in natural therapies, herbs, homeopathy, vitamins, but I didn't know really anything about it. Nobody taught me anything about it. I started reading about it on my own. And when I was in my early 20s, I actually came down with some health problems that were chronic, and they started to become more and more severe over time. Oh, it was urinary tract infections and yeast infections, and they were bad. And I remember sitting in class in college and suffering with them, and I can remember feeling very sort of like this injustice, like why me as such a young person, why am I suffering this way? And I really wanted to know the reason why. And every time I'd go to the doctor, I would ask them, why is this happening to me? And they'd say, oh, we'll just take this. And I would say, well, okay, and I'd go take it, and then whatever problem it was, then I'd get the other problem. So that one would go away, then I'd get the other one. And it was back and forth like ping pong for a series of years. And so I was just never satisfied with what they were trying to do or how they were trying to help me, because it wasn't working and I wasn't dealing with my problem, and I knew it. It was so obvious. But as far as my own efforts to get myself better with nutrition or herbs, I did a couple of things that were maybe not so advisable. Like one time I drank a gallon of parsley tea, because that's supposed to be good for the bladder, right? And I think I felt like I was going to throw up afterward. And then I drank one time a liter of cranberry juice, because that is supposed to be good for the bladder as well, and that also made me spike a fever and put me out of commission for the rest of the day and didn't help my symptoms. I tried homeopathic remedies, didn't help my symptoms, and I always had faith that nutrition was what was going to fix me. There was something natural I could do that was going to fix me, but I didn't know what that was, and then I realized that I just didn't have the know-how myself to make that come about. Soon I learned about Dr. Keith Sheehan. He was a new chiropractor, and I just heard about him because I sort of was in the same neighborhood as him, and I started to go see him. No one in my family had ever seen a chiropractor. I didn't know anything about chiropractic, but I thought, hey, I have some neck problems and I want to go get it checked out. Maybe he can help me. So I went to go see him, and he actually told me that my problems in my neck were from a car accident that I had. It was a very low speed, I was rear-ended type of situation. Maybe I was stopped and somebody rear-ended me, and shortly after that my spine started to feel like tight, and it was cracking and popping, and I was very stiff, and I was maybe only 21 years old. So a few years later, when I started to see Dr. Sheehan, it became clear, oh yes, that is what did this to me, and yeah, he fixed me within relatively short order. But he also told me he could help me with my urinary tract infections and my yeast infections. And when he told me he had this nutritional program that might be able to help me, I said, let's do it, because I'm ready to feel better. And this was probably back in 1998, to be honest with you. And so I went to go see him in his office for that, and he had me hold my arm out, and he pushed down on it, and he tested different points on my body, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this. I was very surprised. I don't know, I thought I knew things, right? So then I started taking the remedies that he gave me. At the time, there were these herbal drops, and I took them religiously every day, and week by week my symptoms started to get better until after about 2 months my problems were completely gone, and they've stayed gone, and that was probably about 18 years ago. I was very impressed with the results that I got and that I have gotten since that time using nutritional therapies, and I knew that this was going to be my health care. I just knew that whatever else there was in the world, that this was it for me, and that is what I was going to follow through with. So within about 5 years, Dr. Sheehan and I fell in love and got married. I actually started working with him in 2001, so it's no secret, we're married. And it's the best thing that ever happened to me, meeting him. Yes, it's true. So I wouldn't be where I am now without him. And after a few years of running his office, I decided I wanted to practice nutrition on my own. And that's what I'm doing now.